Welcome to Golf Tips. My name is Trevor Moore, PGA of Canada teaching professional based out of Cottonwood Coulee Golf Course here in Medicine Hat. And I want to capitalize on what we talked about in our last session. We started by getting you in the right setup position. We said if you can't roll straight putts for 3 or 4 feet, that is the problem. We got to get you hitting basic putts first, get you in a good setup position. We got your alignment proper, we got your eyes over the golf ball. Now it's all about stroke mechanics. And today we want to talk about what body parts should, or maybe what body parts should not be responsible for working the putting stroke. The problem is, for most people, their putting stroke is too complex. There's way too many moving pieces and not the right moving pieces in play. When we make a putt, the engine of the stroke mechanics is the shoulders. The shoulders make a rocking motion. The shoulders move up and down. That creates the pendulum that the stroke moves with. Most people don't use the shoulders enough. They tend to use arms, hands, and wrists to swing the putter. I'll show you as an example. I want you to imagine that I had my second arm holding this down here. In my stroke mechanics, if my shoulders don't move, it's all arms, hands, and wrists. What needs to happen is the stroke should be moved up top with the shoulders creating the movement. You can see them rock up and down like a teeter-totter rather than just wrists, arms, and elbows. So number one, we've got to get the mechanics moving into the shoulders. We want to eliminate hand-wrist activity. A lot of people tend to get hands and wrists moving the putter. What we want to do is we want to imagine when we set up, there's a good triangle formed by my arms and shoulders. That triangle stays intact and the club forms a Y. It's nicely centered in the middle. But when I use my wrists, you can see that the putter does not fit the picture anymore. So we want to get the shoulders moving, eliminate the wrist activity, and keep it up top with the shoulders. The last key area is the lower body. We see way too much lower body. We see people in the putting stroke, and there's a lot of lower body movement happening in the stroke. When I make a stroke, it should be very simple. It's a pendulum based at my shoulders. The wrists stay still, as so does the lower body. Lower body should stay nice and stable so that we have a platform for that stroke mechanics up top to work from. So again, engage the shoulders, slow down the hands, quiet down the lower body. When you're hitting putts and you're working on stroke mechanics, one of the things I really want you to think about, never point to a hole. The problem with the hole is you're going to measure success by whether or not you made the putt. I want you to stay focused just on the mechanics and worry about making good mechanics. So just roll the ball out in the middle of nowhere on the green, focus on getting the movement up top, keeping everything still below the belt, nice and passive with the hands, and make sure the shoulders rock up and down, and that creates the solid set of stroke mechanics. Once you get yourself aligned correctly, you move the stroke into the shoulders, your putting stroke is going to be a lot more repeatable and a lot more consistent for it. See you at the next episode.